And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me give the call over to our guest speaker today. He hails from, well, guys, I don't know where he's in Houston today. I don't know if he's in Baltimore. I have no idea. He may be in Florida. Shoot, I might see him in first class with me and leaving out of Panama in a little bit, going to another country. But I'm here to tell you, this young man, I've watched his zooming to the top, his timely demise. He decided to pick himself up, dust himself off, and go back and do it right this time. I have so much respect for him because he's a builder. He's got the wisdom of an 85-year-old man. He's only 30 years old, been in the company 10 years. I mean, think about that. 10 years and started at 20 and he's 30 and got the wisdom of an 85-year-old. What does that tell you? This is a person that I listen to. So if I listen to him, you think you might want to listen to him and then implement what you get from him. So without further ado, I would like to give a warm welcome to Regional Vice President Platinum, the one and only Mr. Shakeel Cooper.
Thank you. How you guys doing today? Mr. Thomas, you remind me of myself, man. We stay on the airplane. A plane and an Uber is my second home, man. I stay on the go, but I do want to thank you for just, still being an inspiration to people like me that, you're always moving. And you remind me of that one quote that I read about successful people that they always moving. That's why Warren Buffett doesn't just have one house, but successful people always have to stay on the go. They love being on the go. And it's a part of being successful because it stops you from being comfortable. So I do want to piggyback off of what you were saying. I did like the question, the Q&A that you had going on, because people do have questions a lot of times that they're scared to ask. So today I kind of did want to open up the call to some questions, and real questions that can really help you, not just like customer service based. So I basically just want to have a Q&A about real questions that you guys might have to really help you guys out, not just like, customer like questions as far as like a bill didn't connect or anything like that, like something that can really actually help you build your business. Because at the end of the day, like I always tell you guys on the call, if you're going to be involved in this business, be successful in the business. Because if you're going to do it and you're not going to put your all into it, why continue to put time, energy into something that you know for a fact that you're not going to go out there and really put it on work to really build this business? Because at the end of the day, it's going to require time, it's going to require energy, and it's going to require you to make money, because it's a business. Name any business where you don't make money. It's called a nonprofit. You do not want a nonprofit business. This is a for-profit business. So yes, we love giving back. Yes, we love doing all these things. But at the end of the day, are you making money? That's what it's about. Are you making money? Because if you're not making money, that means your team is not making money. And if your team is not making money, then do you actually have a business, or you guys just doing something as a hobby? And it's okay to do it as a hobby, but why not make money in the process of doing it as a hobby? So I do want to open up the calls. So the first person, I guess, is going to raise their hand on here. And then we can go from there. But just please ask questions that can be beneficial to everybody else, but more importantly, things that can really help you guys out. Because like Mr. Thomas says, I built a successful business and it's still growing to this day. That's the type of business that you want. A business that, listen, if you're there, you're not there, it doesn't matter. I called my business partner yesterday, actually, and she's like, I'm going to call you back. We about to have a team PBR, and it's my SVP is doing the team PBR. So I got my SVP still to this day working in my business. Why? Because we're bringing people in. We're getting customers. So think about it. If you have a team of people that want to do the business and bringing people to you, would you not want to just show up, talk for 30 minutes, and sign people up? We have a system going. So if I'm there, if I'm not there, listen, business is still growing. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Your business is going to grow without you. But first, it's going to start off with you. You got to set the foundation. But once you get that momentum going, it's like an avalanche. It just keep going. And before you know it, your business, you can't control it. So what we're going to do is, Mr. Jabri, if you don't mind helping me, I guess, pick the people on the call that do have their questions that they do plan on asking, and we can kind of go from there.
Hi, Mr. Shakeel. Thank you for your time. My name is Sharian, and I wanted to know that when you were restructuring your business, what were some of the things that help you stay focused and not take on the "woe is me" perception about what you're going through?
Okay, it's a great question, actually. The system, I just needed the system work. So as long as the system was implemented, me dealing with my personal stuff, or that's life. We're all going to deal with life. But the business itself, the system is so it's autopilot. Like I can't even explain. I just got the phone with my RVP Platinum, Mr. Adam Group, and like our business. Every time we talk, our business is growing nonstop because of the system. And he's in Naples, he's in Maryland. Like we're everywhere. But why is our business still growing? Why is we still getting paid? Like we're actually there every single day with our team doing everything. So again, focus on the system. What is the system? Your team going through the numbers, presentations. I know in the new world, everything's on Zoom, but they're going back to in person now. So what I would tell people is just start having events. Just start having networking events. People are outside. It's just people are scared to just go out there and do the work. And what happened is COVID made everybody lazy because now you can work on your laptop. You don't really got to do it. No, you want to get back to talking to people, meeting people. Hey, let's meet up at Starbucks. Hey, let's have a one-on-one, two-on-one. Just start doing the things that you did originally to build the business. Even though we have virtual, that's great. Virtual is good as an enhancement, but the system that they built 20 years ago, they're still making money off of. So why would I want to recreate the wheel? I'll add the webinars and things like that to help me, but I'm going to go back to the basics, which is what? Getting in front of people. Why? Because it just works. Word of mouth marketing works. When people meet you in person, they can trust you. But if you meet someone on the internet, you got to build rapport, all of that stuff. It's easy to build rapport when you meet someone in the living room because you're right in front of them. They can meet you. They can see you. It's just totally different. So again, the system, I talk about it all the time, the system. Why? Because it's going to save yourself time, energy, and money. The ultimate goal is to have a business where you now have time, freedom, you have the money coming in to help you enjoy it, and you have a business that's just grown without you. Why? Because it's not about you anymore. You have other people in your organization that want this to work as much as you want it to work, or probably a little bit more. But if you don't give them a system to run on, or you don't give them a blueprint, how are they going to have success? If not, you're going to always have to be doing everything. Go ahead, heard people complain about, man, I got to do everything. My team don't do this. My team. It's because you don't got a system. It's all about you. So if you're not working it, guess what? They're not going to do anything. But if you got a system, if you're there, if you're not there, guess what? Just think about your job. Is your boss there? Do everything run smooth? Most of the time, the owner is not at the job, but guess what? That's why they hire someone to hire someone. So guess what? They got systems in place. So if they got to go with their family for 2 weeks out of the country, guess what? Their business doesn't stop. Their business continue to grow. So why don't you treat your business like most Fortune 500 companies treat their business? Because most people look at the cost of what they invested instead of the value. I look at the value. I turn $4.99 into unlimited every single week. And guess what? Everybody else got the same opportunity to do it. It's just I treat it like I invested 6 figures in it. I didn't treat it like I just invested a couple $100 and, if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. No, I understand the value. And I've used everything I've learned in this business to continue to go to the next level in multiple different things and still able to have a successful business 10 years later. That's what you want. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. System. If it's not systematic, don't do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Cooper, thanks for doing this call today. Bob Meyer, I have a question, kind of like maybe it's 2 or 3 parts. So when you meet someone new, what's your posture? What do you say? Do you use form? Do you peek them right then, or do you get to know them? That's about it.
Great question. I'm gonna give you a tip. When you meet someone, compliment them. I don't care what it is. Compliment them. And the reason why you compliment them because you break the ice. Just think about it, right? I don't know you. You don't know me. We meet in public. And I'm like, man, I like them glasses. Where you get those glasses from? You're going to be like, hey, man, I just got. So if I ask you another question, you're more open to listen to what I got to say. So you always got to start with a compliment. I don't care what it is. Compliment them. Why? Because people love feeling good. And on the regular, people don't get compliments. So when they do get a compliment, they're like, they want to hear more. So again, it's just really making people feel good about themselves. If they said, you know, hey, you know, I'm a teacher, stuff like that, that's great. You know, I love teachers. You guys do so much for the community. So it's like they don't hear stuff like that. So when they hear it from you, it's like, this person, they're just more open to it. So it's like breaking the ice with compliments. You do that, listen, it works all the time. I'll give you a tip. I do it every day. It's called 1 million. If you're a guy on this call, I'm going to give you the secret. It's called 1 million. It's a cologne. It's the perfume one. You spray that on you, and anywhere that you go, walk out your house. Listen, I'm talking about, you could have sprayed it this morning. No matter where you go, men and women is going to stop you. It happens every day. I do it. I got to go buy a new bottle after I leave out of the office. I buy a new bottle every month and a half because I run through it. Listen, I'm bathing in it. So when I walk out, listen, they're like, oh my God, you smell good. And then I start talking to them. So I use me smelling good as a way to break the ice between men and women. Like no matter where I go, like, man, what you got on? Is that Baccarat? Is that, I'm like, is that 1 million? And then when I say 1 million, it's like, oh, I've heard of that before. That's the goal. Yup. And then from there, hey, like, hey, I do this, and I already broken the ice. So I either compliment them or I make them compliment me. So I bring people to me by doubting myself. And you don't need much because it's pretty good, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. So give that a try and let me know if it works.
Mr. Cooper, I have a question. What's your ideal of an effective launch? Like, what do you do to get the results that you have when you're launching a brand new IBO? And the second part of that question is there a difference between someone that wants to be on the fast track or the slow track, if you will?
Yes, this is another great question also. A launch is all about results. So the moment that you meet up with someone, how you start with them is how they're going to start with their people. So I tell people all the time, again, it's system, right? So everyone is the same way. So when I look at a launch, is getting a check, getting them a check cut. Do not leave them until you get them qualified. Why? Because there's only 3 services. If you sit there long enough, you can get them qualified. Because if they meet up with you for the first time and they have results right away, when they sign their peoples up, guess what they're going to be expecting? Their peoples to get qualified right away because they're like, man, when I got involved, I did it right away. But if you do it slow, then guess what happened? They're going to take slower to now qualify their people. So however you started is how it's going to continue to duplicate. So again, launch is just results, checks being cut. Their first check, because what got me sold about ACM was that I got that check my first 30 days, but I got that qualification check. It was like in 2 weeks, like $50. And then they sent the other two half of the check. So my first bonus, it was broken out into 3 checks, but I got it like right away before my 30 days was even up. So I was sold. And then the other check came and it was just like, yeah, I made more money doing ACN than I was getting an actual check at Applebee's because we was only getting paid $3.63 an hour, but we was getting tips. So I never really had like super, super big checks before. So once I saw that bonus check from ACN, oh, I'm sold. And that's what really made me believe in the business so much with that first check. So that's why I always tell people, getting people a check right away can make or break your business, because if you tell me that something, you know, man, you can make some money, you know, and I come into it and I really make money right away, it's like, I believe in it. How can you tell me it don't work? So when people came to me telling me, you know, man, they don't make, I'm like, I just made $13.50 part-time, going to school, working at Applebee's my first month. And that's why in November 2013, I stopped going to school and I quit my job. I'm not telling anyone to do it, but a month later, I quit. So after 1 month of being involved in ATN, that's what I did. But I was working at Applebee's, so it wasn't like I had a real career. But I understood that, man, if I put in some more work into this business, what I can really do out of it. And I seen a comp plan. It was just like, when you tell a person that's not scared of hard work, that if you just follow this blueprint, you're going to get these type of results. That's all I needed. And the only reason I'm saying this is because the ultimate goal is not to be working every single day your entire career. The goal is to build something that works with or without you so that you can when it's fun. See, ACN is fun to me now. I'm not just doing it because I'm just trying to make some money. When you start doing something and it's not just about the money, it makes it easy for you to do this. Like, I'm doing this because I love to do it. And the money just follows. But more importantly, the more money you make, the more money your team makes. We got in this business to make money. And a lot of times people get away from the most important thing is, what do I got to do to make some money? That should be the ultimate question that most people should be asking their mentor. What do I got to do to cut a check? Because I got involved in this business to make money. We didn't get involved in this business to just, meet up every now and then and just talk on the webinars. No, how can we make money so that we can help other people? Because at the end of the day, who on this call by raising their hands got involved in this business to make money? So why are we scared to talk about it? Why is talking about money so taboo to most people? Why is it scared? No, listen, if you got involved in this business because you want to make some extra money, tell people, hey, listen, you got to have multiple streams. I still got a great career. I still love my job, but guess what? I found something that I can make some extra income on the side. And I don't have to stop doing what I'm already doing. And I think you should take a look at it. How simple is that to ask someone to take a look at it when you know that 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? They might look good on the internet. They might drive the expensive car, but most people are struggling in bills. Most people are one paycheck away from being evicted. So have the conversations with them. It's people that you might be thinking they doing better than you, and listen, they struggling. You might got your little job, your nice little car, but you're not stressing about paying that big high mortgage and the payment. There's people out here that, they need an extra source of income. They just didn't know that they could do something like ACN. They don't want to go get a second job, but guess what? They can start a second business. So hopefully that was able to answer your question.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's Victor McCoy from Minnesota, 16 years old. I had a question. What challenges did you encounter while building your network marketing business, and how did you overcome them?
Man, I got a book of that. I've been through it all, man. It's not, listen, it's nothing that you're probably going to go through that I probably haven't already been through in the business. Now it's actually way easier. Like, you don't got to deal with it, but man, I dealt with it all. When I got involved in network marketing, the young people wasn't doing it. Like, it was like, I was laughed at. Like, man, they made me feel like the worst person in the world for making a decision to do something different. And it's because most people, they don't understand. When you come to people with something different that they're not used to, it's like, if you've been trained your whole life to just work a job and someone come to you talking about a business, you're like, what are you talking about? So most people, they're trained a certain way and you're doing something different. So basically the hardest thing that you're going to have to deal with is that people are not understanding what you see. And you trying to get people to understand it because you're on the call, you see it. Most people don't see it. And they won't see it, but we'll try to convince them to see it. So for you, one tip I would give you is that fail your way to the top. Just go out there and mess it up, man. You get good at by failing. Some people are scared to fail. Some people are scared to look like, man, it's not going. No, you get good by just messing it up. And how do you mess it up? Just talking to people. Getting good. I got great because I did it every single day while people only did it when they felt like it. So I messed up faster. And that's why I've been able to perfect it at a young age. Because my first 5-6 years, man, I rarely even had a day off. Honestly, it was every day because there's so many people that I'm coordinating. The team, it grew so big so fast that it was just like every single day people are signing up. So when you start having a business like that, again, like I said earlier, you can't be everywhere. You can't do everything. Your business is just not going to be in your hometown. Your business is going to be global, national. So how are you going to be able to control everything if you don't have a system in place? So the way to deal with a lot of your problems that you might occur in the future in your business is by having a system in place. It takes care of everything else. So that you can just focus on doing what's really important. It's just going out there and just getting people involved in the business. Because at the end of the day, people are going to make a decision to take it serious if they want to or not. You can't change that. All you can do is share the opportunity and let them make a decision. I got a business partner. Listen, I couldn't convince her to quit if I needed her to. She loves it so she's locked in. She's sold out. Your job is to find those type of people. Find people that want it more than you, and that you don't gotta convince them to go out there and make it happen. Those are the people that you're looking for, because when you do the business like that, it's a total different experience than what most of the people that do this business experience. Most people, they try to find that one lucky person. They try to find shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. Everyone that try to do shortcuts, they never have a long-term growing business. You don't see them 10 years later no more. Most people, 98% of the people I started with ain't here no more. Literally, 98 that I started with, they're not here no more. What's the difference between me and them? That system. I had it since day one going. Weekly meetings, nonstop meetings. Missing an event to us is like, what? We don't miss events. My team, there's never been an ACN event. My team has never been there. Not one single event in 10 years. There's have never been a person in my organization that has been at an event. We never miss nationals, nothing. Why? Because it's part of the system. When you deviate from the system is when you start having issues. When you stay on track, it's a well-oiled machine. It's Wednesday, right? Who here is getting paid today? You should get excited on these calls. You shouldn't be sad. It's Wednesday. It's payday. But the only people that's excited is the people that have a system going for them. So that's really it. You're going to deal with whatever, man, but just focus on implementing that system. The system is going to keep everything flowing while you can figure out everything else on the side. But the business itself is going to keep growing. We got 2 more questions. And these are some great questions, by the way.
I have a question for you, Shakeel.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Ismael Redondo. When you say the system, exactly what do you mean with that?
System. Save yourself time, energy, and money, meaning events. There's events going on in ACN Win every single week, right? So it's like church. Why is church every Sunday instead of just one Sunday out of the month? It's a system, meaning that if people just came to church one time out of the month, they're not going to consistently keep coming. But if it's going on every single week, they know that, oh, this is what we do. We go to church every single week, right? So it's the same way in ACN. Saturday trainings, right? We had Saturday trainings every single Saturday. So that's the system right there. It's something that's going on every single week. What is what? Meetings, home meetings, right? We do those every single day, right? Out of the week. Saturday through Sunday, you can do meetings, right? It's part of the system. We get customers. If we recruit people, you don't get any customers, you don't make any money. So acquiring customers are also part of the system. So attending events is part of the system. Getting new people to sign up to become distributors are part of the system. And getting those new distributors to go out there and acquire new customers is part of the system. Those are the only 3 things that we do. We get trained, we acquire customers, and we recruit people.
Okay.
And the business does everything else. But
Thank you.
focus on those 3 things right there, and I promise you, you will have success. Just master those 3: recruiting, getting customers, and going to events. Meaning that if there's an event, don't tell someone to go to an event. Go to the event and tell them to meet you there. Because most people, they'll promote the event, but then they're never at the event.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm back again. So my question is, what role does personal development and self-improvement play in your success in network marketing?
It's the most important thing, man. That's why I can talk on this call the way I am now, because I really did personal development. Like, I really listened to Jim Rohn. Matter of fact, my sister, I remember I told you guys on a call about my duffel bag full of like journals and stuff like that. So I went home last week and on my mom's trunk, and my sister put my duffel bag with all my journals in it. It's been in her house for at least 2 years in the basement. And I started looking through a few of those things. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Because just seeing, I got like 50 books, I'm talking about a duffel bag, heavy, just full of notes from all the way back from 2013. And it's everything that I say I'm doing today. And some of the things haven't happened yet. But guess what? When I'm on the road every day, I see tags and just SVP. SVP is like, it's there. When you already know that it's there, and it's because from personal development, Think and Grow Rich. What you think is what you become. So if you think you're going to become successful, you're going to become successful. If you think you're not going to make money, you're not going to make money. So whatever you think is what's going to happen. So it's all about your mindset. The secret manifestation, speaking of what you want in life. I tell people all the time, you can't be around me talking about you broke, because I'm not going to hang around you. I don't even let people talk negative to themselves around me because you messing up my energy. Listen, I believe I can have, do, and want and get anything in this world. Most people don't believe that, but that's how I train myself. Because at the end of the day, listen, the world is your genie. What you speak is what you're going to get. So if you think you're going to become successful in something, you're going to become successful. If you think you're going to be a failure, you're going to be a failure. So life and death is in the power of the tongue. So whatever you're speaking about your business is what you're going to get out of it. So if you want a successful business, only speak positive about your business. Don't say, man, this person, it's hard talking to these people. Why? Guess what? It's going to continue to be hard. But if you speak about it like, man, this is easy, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be easy. Even though it's not technically easy, it's how you got to trick your mind. You got to train your mind to see the good in everything. Because if you focus on the bad, then you're going to have the bad. But if you focus on the good, you listen. Even though I speak positive and all of this stuff like that, listen, I'm tricking myself in a way because I'm just training my mind to just always just positive, no matter what it is, because that's the result that I want. I'm not going to speak about people not signing up when I want people to sign up. I'm not going to speak negative, man. People don't want to become the customer, and I want people to become my customer. So all of these books, it plays a major role into what you honestly feel about yourself. So if you feel like you're going to become successful, that's all you're going to speak. If you feel like it's not going to work out, then you're going to complain and talk about all of the reasons why it don't work out. So hopefully I was able to help you. But you're young, man. So just look at the world like you can do whatever you want to do. And nobody can tell you that you can't be who you want to be. Because they told me the same thing. They laughed at me. Man, ain't nobody laughing. Everybody want to be my friend now. But they can't. Unless they pay a fee. Why? Because I raise my value. You get paid for the value that you bring to the marketplace. If you bring no value, you make no money. But if you pour into yourself, you read a lot of books. What I'm doing on this call right now, I tell you guys, one day somebody's going to pay me 6 figures and 7 figures to have the same conversation that I'm having with you guys. And the reason why, because I'm valuable. When I open my mouth, I speak things that can help people in real life because I've been through it. I've learned from it. And I literally just invested in myself. You are a walking brand. If you look like money, people want to spend money with you. If you look like a bum, they're going to treat you like a bum. And it's sad that this is the way that the world works, but I'm telling people all the time, dress the way you want to be addressed. If you want people to respect you as a boss, you want people to respect you, as a woman in business, dress like it. Just think about how you feel when you wear a suit. You feel good. So start dressing like money. I tell people, listen, when I'm dressing down, I'm gonna look like money. When I'm dressing up, I'm gonna always look good because how you feel about yourself is how other people treat you. Just think about someone that go to the gym all the time. You respect them because man, it take a lot of dedication to continue to stay in that gym to look good. Because the average person, they not getting up and going in that gym consistently to look good. But how do they feel about themselves? They feel good. Why? Because they look good. So at the end of the day, it correlates to each other because you got to feel good about yourself. And this is what I'm going to end the call with. The reason why most people can't recruit people is because you can't even recruit yourself. You don't even feel right recruiting you. So how can you recruit somebody else? So sometimes people are like, man, he's cocky, he's this. No, I'm confident. I don't want to follow someone that's timid or someone that has a weak bone. Like, no, I want someone that's bold, someone that's straightforward, and someone that has confidence when they speak. So if you're not like that, why would anyone want to follow you? If you don't believe in what you got going on, why would anyone want to follow you? So again, I told you all the time, when I started looking like money is when people started believing in me. People wanted to listen. It's crazy because when you just regular and you low key, people respect you, but it's like when they see it, it's like all of a sudden now they got money to spend with you. All of a sudden now they believe in everything that you were saying. But at first it was just like, I'll check out with you in 6 months. Man, now it's like my phone rings from sun up to sun down, man. My phone stays on silent because everybody wants something. But they ain't believe in the vision when I first told them. And it's okay. I'll still do business with them, but That's how success works. They don't see it before it happened. They only see the end result. They only see the end result. So most of the time, a lot of people are not going to follow you until they start seeing you have success. So you first got to prove it to yourself, and then everybody fall in line. That's just how it works. So, Mr. Jabri, I'm guessing it's almost 12 o'clock. Got one more person, or we can close the call out for the day, and then next week will be the last call, and then we're going to end it with a bang. You guys definitely did ask some great questions, and I wish you guys really just go out there and implement this information because it works, and you literally don't have to be nobody special. Like, I'm not nobody special at all. I just understand putting together a system and working it until it starts working. And once it starts working, you start getting momentum, then guess what? It takes over. Last person, Kenny. Hey.
Shakeel, what's up with you, bro?
How you doing, man? Doing pretty good.
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm one of them people that hit you on IG, bro. You ain't hit me back.
See? Now, I be busy, but you gotta hit me up.
Nah.
I open to everybody, but you gotta just let me know.
Nah, you straight, bro. We're gonna lock in. But I hopped in kind of late. I'm at work, but you had said, bro, you had created some things like out here because of your success at ACN. So I'm just curious, like, when you hopped in, was that always your vision to kind of build this and use that to create something else? Like, how did that all come to place, and how it's been for you?
Yes. So, I mean, ACN was just everything in the business. It prepared me for business in real life. But I was able to learn failures. $4.99 to learn how to really run a business and have mentors that own real businesses. So I just learned so much about business that it was just like, oh, if I can build a volunteer army, I can go into any business and become successful. So for me now, it's like anything that I, invest in or partner in or anything like that is like, it's like doing ACN. It's like, it's not hard because I try to implement a system in everything that I do so that it runs smooth. And if you remember, we can talk a little bit more about it in detail, but there's anything that I do, I just implement the same system in ACN. Everything got to have a system because I got to go pick up my son. He got school. I like living my life. I like going out to eat. I like living my life. So I don't want to do something where though it takes away all my time because my time is my most valuable asset. So even though I like doing multiple different things and I got to have my time freedom. But we'll chat a little bit more, in detail. But ACN, the system and the mindset, I can do anything, bro. It's like, everything's easy. Because I just train my mind to just think about it like everything's easy. Like, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I was a 20-year-old kid from Baltimore City in the hood going to college. What I know about business? But I believed in me. So I said to myself, like, if I just do it every single day, every business is all the same. It's just a different product or service. But the basics, the principles, they're all the same. That's why you see successful people. Why do you think successful people own multiple companies? Because it's the same thing. It's just different product, different services. But the core foundation stays the same.
Solid, bro. Love, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So, yeah, Mr. Jabri, you can take over the call. And I thank you guys for being on the call today. Go out there, implement, and just go out there and make it happen. It's not hard. I promise you. It's easy. And the only reason why I say it's easy because, to me it is. I don't know. I didn't know talking to people was hard. I didn't know opening my mouth talking to people was hard. I just didn't know. So if that's hard, I don't know what to tell you.